Hi, everybody. Welcome to Pace Studio on the Road. We are live at the Moon River Music Festival in Chattanooga, Tennessee right now with Grammy-nominated singer and songwriter Madison Cunningham. Madison, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and your music is just a total delight. Thank you for the sound check. This has been a very, very delightful morning already, and we're about to share your music with the internet. What do you feel like playing first today?
We're going to play an older one called Beauty and the Cliches.
The sky, overused by poetry and rhymes. It's in the sentence that follows. We stayed up all night. Oh, shouldn't it concern me that we shrink beauty to fit in our minds? Don't have to listen to the whole song to know what's in the third line. Tell me, should I be Tell me, should I feel fine about tossing the meaning for the sake of the rhyme? But aren't we good at turning beauty into cliches? Oh, how I feel for the lonely girl, quickly made into a woman by the world. They comb sense through her hair, straightening out her curls. To see you, you make fast friends with abuse, and you'll do just about anything it tells you to. I'll never feel fine about shaping the meaning to fit in the rhyme, changing the human into what sells and buys. Aren't we good at turning beauty into cliches? It's never ever so alphabetical. You go out of order and they call you heretical, and you just say, well, nobody had time to hear. Pretending the truth isn't explicit, sense of the people affected by it. It's like the first time you ever heard real music in your ears. It'll never be enough, it'll never measure up, turning the depth of the ocean to the size of a cup. But aren't we good at turning beauty into cliches? It'll never make sense if you make sense of it. All the things that make you cry out of happiness, but some things are just better left unexplained. Aren't we good at turning beauty into cliches?
This is such a treat. I love your playing. You guys sound tremendous together. Can you introduce us to everybody?
Yeah, this is Kyle Crane on the drums.
Right, Kyle.
Daniel Ryan on the bass.
Right, Daniel.
And the Kalamazoo over here.
Yeah. That's right. Actually, that's exactly what I want to dive into right now. I mean, your tone is just delightful, and it is and should be for every artist like a lifelong goal to get after what's in your head and get it out there. And I know that your tone is very, very meticulously thought through. Can you walk us through your signal flow from the pedals to the amp, the guitar, and everything?
Yeah, I'm kind of starting with a whammy pedal, which is not being used yet. It will be later on, and then from then on out, basically this whole board is just JHS City. So I've got a delay and then sort of like a warbly, magnetone-y sort of sound called the Emperor, which is what you heard on the last song, and then. Other than that, just a tuner in and an overdrive, and that's kind of, I call it a day after that. But it's usually, I feel like you're right, the tone quest never ends, and it's usually like, can be, it's fun as well as it is a little frustrating too. But I think that's what kind of keeps the search going.
Yeah, I believe it. I would imagine that as soon as you dive into that rabbit hole, you just figure out how big that rabbit hole is. It's just ask more questions. How do you feel about, is Polytone, is that true? Is that the name of that amp? Andrew, is that the case?
That's the Kalamazoo.
Oh, yeah, that's right. How do you feel about the way that amp is enhancing or adding to your music right now?
I love it. It's a little bit lower wattage than I'm used to, but it's nice for a room like this, and it's got a lot of its own character, and it kind of adds its own distortion. I barely even need my own distortion pedal because it's kind of doing all the heavy lifting, but I love it. It's one of my favorites.
Sweet. Well, it sounds wonderful out here. Thank you again for sharing your music with us, and there's more to be shared with our audience now. What's happening second?
This one's called Dry as Sand.
So your heart is inside out, and all your friends have let you down, and love slipped out the door without a sound. With every new promise there lies a deeper doubt. You think you see it coming, but it turns before it can find you. You stare at what you want for so long, it's starting to blind you. Dark as night and dry as sand. The meaning filters right through your hands, and silence is your dearest friend. With every new beginning there comes a faster end. You think you see it coming, but it turns before it can find you. You stare at what you want for so long, you. You patch through the water and it seeps right through. What on earth has been holding you? This time around, you just need to prove it.
Man, thank you, Maddie. You guys sound great. Can we talk a little bit about some of the collaborations that you have been able to, some of the artists you've been able to collaborate with? Like you and Chris Thiele is, I mean, I feel similarly about your music. It's just, you can tell that there is so much intelligence behind it, and you play smart music in a smart way. Feel the same way about him. Can you talk a little bit about what that collaboration looks like?
Yeah, I first met Chris kind of the days following signing with the label that I'm with now, which is Verve Records, and I'd signed on to a new management, and the first thing that they tasked me with was being the duet partner on Live From Here with Chris, and I think that was the most nervous I'd ever been in my whole life up until that point. And so I didn't sleep for like a good 3 days trying to learn some of these songs that I felt like I had no business singing. And just when I met him, it was kind of like, there's a lot of electricity when he's in the room. He's inspiring and the most hardworking there, but yet remains to be the most like kind person. So it was definitely sort of a workhorse situation where you walked in and you were worked to the ground, but he was just so nice, and he kind of always believed like that you could do it. And he was like, if I think you can do it, then you can, even though you know, it was usually really hard material we were coming up against. But I honestly, I felt like I was going through like the best college course that like you could never, ever, ever pay for. And anytime I get to work with him, it's like the best day of my life. So he's pretty special, to say the least.
I got to see that happen live in New York, and it's just crazy how much activity is going on, and things are just changing on the fly and making everything up. And then Jeff Daniels shows up and does To Kill a Mockingbird, and nobody even knew it was happening. It was like, dude, how is this working? And you pull it together. It's really amazing to see that.
The first day that the first show I ever did with him, Randy Newman was there, and that you could tell that it was just going to be like that, you know?
Yeah.
He set the tone for sure.
Have you by any chance ever crossed paths with Michael League? You know that guy? He's the snarky puppy dude who put it together. I feel the same way about him. Like just watching him multitask it's incredible to see it happen. I feel like that would be a nice chemistry. And Julian Lodge too. Do you cross paths with him?
Yes, he's actually on my management, so we do get to cross paths every once in a while, but yeah, they're just the best of the best. Yeah,
well, that is what's happening in front of us right now. Thank you again for doing it. And what do you feel like playing third today?
Final song we're going to play for you guys is a newer one that I released at the top of this year called Broken Harvest.
Round and round this broken rat race, I'm moving and stopping. I'm window shopping for love, for fame, for anything that would take me. And when I'm done taking up space, well, I'm coming home late to a dirty place, half awake. The broom, the rake, take the kid out of me. Just say the word, just say the word, and I'll hang it up, the word, and I'll give it up. What do I know? What do I own? I will not fade away. and it's cold for the tear in the jeans, the hole in the bowl to make the burden flow, to pay in full this time. When you're living on a dreamer's salary, a broken harvest feels like robbery. What do I do this for if it's just gonna pour out easily? You've seen me there, climbing the stairs, begging for air and not coming on. I'm not coming on. What do I know? What do I own? I will not fade away. All things fade away. Will I be the fruit in the tree, the stand fade away? All things fade away. All things fade away. All things fade away. All things fade away. All things they fade away. All things fade away. All things fade away. Hey, ooh. All things fade away, fade away.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for doing this. This has been a total delight. And remind me, is your festival set coming up or did it happen?
It's coming up at 4:30.
Awesome. We'll have a wonderful show. Have a wonderful number of shows. You're out with S.G. Goodman for a while, right?
Like 10 years.
Sweet. Yeah, we're crossing paths with her in Nashville next week, so I can't wait for that to happen. This has been a total delight. This is great. Thanks for doing it.
Thanks for having us. Have a good one.
All right. See you next time. That is that.